this is my Bladewing deck profile. The deck, honestly, that's past its prime, I would say, but it's still pretty good. Not as good as Shahara. What'd you say, Tyler?
It's like an 8 out of 10 for
8 out of 10.
Bladewings. But
8 out of 10.
I'd give it 7.5 to 8. Yeah,
Good
it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's pretty good. But it's, how would I say this? It doesn't win all the time, but that's basically for any Vanguard
throw
deck.
in a dust, it'll win.
Throw in a dust, it'll win. So you run your 1 copy of Drain Singular, your Forerunner. Really good skills. You can run Wereflater Ordinance, but I just like running this because Darkness, when it boosts, gets plus 2k. And when you stride, put this card and all of your grade 1 or greater units into your soul to draw 2. Your grade 3s.
Oh my god, dude, you look like a
4 copies of Sullivan, 1 of GPT-11 Charrot.
Yeah, because I went through
So
that
Sullivan,
phase.
it's your main grade 3 of the deck. Do not run any of the Rages. They're both bad unless they make a redo that's pretty good because of force markers.
No, so I bleached
I
my
say you
hair.
run that at least as a 2 of because you want to ride Sullivan because he has a good defensive skill. That gives,
Unless the Ragey is like so good.
unless the Rage is so good,
like
it's like then run Rage as a 4 of and run maybe cut Shahara, maybe run 2 Sullivan.
Too bad it identifies as a they.
So on ride.
Yeah, I know. More
Choose
than
one of your rear guard. Choose one of your rear guards. Put 3 copies of it into your soul.
Threesome with one person.
Combine with Drain Singular. You can put when you stride, 4 Dimension Creepers, 4 Psychs, 4 Jaegers, or 3 Assassin. So, and also there's defensive ability. When you have 15 or more in soul, all your guardians get plus 10k, and when it attacks, soul blast 2.
you know it only is when it attacks him, right? So if it attacks rears, you can still get the shield value, but
Yeah,
you don't soul blast 2.
Yeah,
It's nutty.
it's really good. GPT-11 Chara, because it's essentially Silent Tom. You do not want to ride this as much as possible. Only if you're desperate, you ride this.
When would you describe? No, like you can keep on going.
Yeah.
But when do you describe it as desperate?
I would describe it as desperate is when you don't have a soul event and you can't G-assist because this is stuck in your hand.
That's the only time. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's basically.
It's nice to have a retire though. Just
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was asking like maybe a matchup where you'd think it would be
Essentially,
beneficial.
maybe.
Like,
if
if
there's like
maybe-
an annoying rear guard.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright. 4 copies of Sykes with Sullivan or another Sykes. It's basically 4 more copies of Dimension Creeper, or it has a nice on-call, which lets you soul charge 1 with the Bladewing Vanguard. 3 Unwanted Executioner. I would run 4. I just don't have the 4th one.
I think 3 of is pretty okay.
3 of is...
From what I've seen in the deck, 3
Yeah.
of is fine.
Alright. So, it has a nice on-call. You look at the top 7. You choose a card with Darkness, put into your soul. So, it grabs Jaegers for draw, and Assassin for later auto... multi-attack? Multi-attack, not auto-win. It doesn't win all the time.
Auto win. Stop yourself.
Auto-win. Oh, yeah. And there's another skill. Counterblast 1. If Darkness, if the number of cards in your soul is 6 or more, gets plus 2k, and then if it's 10, gets plus 3k. So if you have 10 in soul, it gets plus, it becomes a 14 beater.
That's terrible, but okay.
It's decent.
I never use the skill for Shahara.
I've never.
I just use it for the filter.
Yeah.
Basically for the filter. Sometimes I'll use it if I want to make a little bigger column, but Demagogue already does that for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because you have Demagogue.
Yeah, 4 copies of Flying Librarian. It's really good because you counterblast 1, you soul charge 2, then if the number of cards in your soul is 6 or more, draw a card, and then if it's 10 or more, countercharge essentially. It's only 8k, but that's really good because Tybalt, Blader Mouse, and Demagogue, they all give it more power. If certain conditions are met. Well, technically not for Demagogue, because it's just like...
Yeah, just...
Do-do-do-do! That was dumb, honestly.
Okay.
1 Succubus. Basically Flying Librarian Light, except it's soul charge 1 and draw 2, discard. And it's also a 9k. Personally, I feel like I could cut this out for another Executioner if I had the 4th copy, but you can run this. Now, grade 1s. 4 copies of the best stride fodder in the game, War Tiger Jaeger. It has 3 skills. When it's put into your soul, counterblast 1, draw a card. soul. While it's in your soul and darkness, counterblast, discard, and if the number of cards in your soul is 6 or more, soul charge 1, and if it's 10 or more, add it to your hand. And third skill, 2 or more in 2 more with darkness and soul, strike fodder. 4 copies of Dimension Creeper helps get your engine going. 2 copies of Succubus of Pure Love. 1, you don't. From what I've seen, you don't always have 2 darkness in your soul sometimes. And this is also good if you have a dead Sullivan in hand. You can call this, reveal it, and search Shahara.
That's her address if you want to dox her.
And then 2 PGs because of Sullivan's defensive skill. When the Perfect Guard draw triggers come out, I'm gonna put in 2, and I'm gonna keep this in. So this is really good because 1, it's a PG, and 2, GB1 Darkness. You can retire a grade 1, add it to your hand. Now onto the grade 0s. For Assassin, multi-attack. While it's in your soul, at the beginning of when a unit would attack, you can call it. If it's 10 or more, it gets plus 5k, and then it's 15, it gets plus 10k. So it becomes a 20k beater on itself when you have 15 in soul. But with Demagogue, it becomes even better because Demagogue just provides a bunch of power, and this makes it bigger.
So before we go into the triggers, quick question.
Yeah.
Is there any cards from the new standard series that you would want to put in?
Yes, I definitely want to run the Draw Trigger Perfect Guard. I might run one of the new grade 3s for a Protect Gift Marker, just in case you need it.
Actually, there's a grade 1 that you might want to consider because it gets like 5k for every 2 cards that is.
Oh yeah,
sold.
Doreen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it gets.
I might run
it gets
Doreen.
really
Yeah.
big.
Okay. So can you show us what kind of cards you would want to cut for those when they come out?
I might. So what I might do, depending, I might cut this down to 1 for Doreen, the new Doreen. I probably would cut this for a grade 3 or Gwyn the Ripper.
My dad just got a bunch of tape.
Let's see what. And I would, in the triggers, I would cut to a Spirit Inviter for the Perfect Guards.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Yeah. Alright. Moving on to triggers. 3 monochrome. I just need a 4th one. You want to play 4, but right now I have another trigger in here. So, let's just say this is 4. It's really good because GB1 on rearguard, you can put it to the top of your deck, shuffle it, soul charge 1, and then if number of cards in soul is 6 or more, countercharge, and then if it's 10 or more, draw a card. Oof.
They should have never said shuffle. They should have just said put on top of deck, soul charge 1, draw 1, countercharge 1.
No, it's just draw 1, soul charge. So you can do it multiple times.
No, then yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Dumb.
It would be dumb. 2 workouts recruit. It's really good because with Sullivan, if you have darkness on your opponent's turn, it becomes a 25k shield. And if the attack didn't hit, it goes into your soul. Also, I forgot to add this. If the number of cards in your soul is 10 or more, gets plus 5k shield and plus 5k power. While in darkness. 4 of the Hysteric Shirley. I would run the old art because I think it looks better. I don't recommend running the new one in Strongest Team AL4 because it doesn't have the skill.
I mean, yeah, it has a 5k base, that's it.
It has a 5k base, is it? But
Would you recommend running 4 of
Fuck the laws.
You know what, never mind. No, we already went over it. I'm sorry.
alright, it's whatever. 2 Spirit Inviter. When the Structured Perfect Guards come out, I'm replacing this with the Perfect Guards. But it's basically Pop and Soul choose the unit, gets plus 3k. This is what I have in place for a monochrome, Dark Knight of Nightmare Land. Basically, same skill as Inviter, Pop and Soul, choose the unit, gets plus 3k. For heal triggers, you can run. I run 4 Vincent. I might cut out Vincent for the GPT 14 heal trigger. But I just run this because I have it. Alright, we're done with the main deck. Moving on to the G zone. The linchpin of the deck, for Tybalt. It's basically so you don't die in the deck. So it has a skill that when placed when you stride it, if you have a hard card with Bladewing, put your drop zone back to the deck, shuffle, and then you have if you have 15 or soul, all your rear guards in the front row get plus 10k power, and if not, soul charge 5. So it's really good for both ways. 1 demagogue. It's base. It used to get a good stride kill going, but it can still do that. But usually do it to push your opponent to the edge, so it's easier to kill them. The 1 Shaharat GR. I don't have it. When I get it, it would be. When I get it, I'm definitely gonna get it. I'm gonna run it, or if I get dust.
Do you know what it does?
It's counterblast 1.
Counterblast.
Put one of your rear guards into the soul. You go like
retire like your
retire-
opponent's for
yeah.
your opponent's
You
board.
retire the board.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then it gets a crit. I think.
and it gets a crit. Yeah, it's pretty
And
good.
guard restrict.
2 Blader Mouse. It's a finisher. Most of the strides you run are finishers, honestly. It's GB2 Darkness Counterblast 1.
It's a nice restand.
Choose a face. Choose a Blader Mouse from your soul. Turn it not soul. G zone. Turn it face up. That would be dumb.
Yeah, and then,
That would be honestly
And then you
dumb.
just restand, yeah.
Yeah,
and then
choose-
you put back all triggers.
Yeah, you put back all triggers on rear guard or soul.
I thought it was drop zone and soul.
No,
that's
it's
Tybalt. Tybalt's the slot.
Tybalt puts the drop zone.
This-
Okay.
If it was
Yeah.
drop zone
Also-
and soul field, it'd be fucking busted, man.
Honestly. So, also, you choose 2 cards from your hand, put into your soul, choose 2 of your units, get plus 5k, too. So, you usually want to put 2 grade 0s, so put them back. 2 Gilderai, another finisher. If you've played Shadow Paladin, this is Spectral Blaster, Phantom Blaster. You choose a face down card with the same name, turn it face up. Gets if the number of cards in your soul is 10 or more, it gets plus 10k power, then it's 15. It gets a guard restriction and a crit. If the number of cards in your G zone is 2 or more.
Yeah, soul is 15 or more.
Yeah. Or it's
You said
G
G-zone.
zone. It's G zone.
Well, yeah, but you said
Yeah.
the number.
Yeah. 1 GB8, just GB8 stuff. When you have 13 or more in soul, all your units in the front row get plus 13k and a crit for every 13 cards in your soul. So this is good when you need to stride it. Otherwise, you stride any one of your other finishers. G guards. Want to grab up a lot. Arguably one of the best G guards because it's soul charge 2, and then it gets plus 5k to the shield. So with Sullivan, it becomes an instant 30k shield, and it also prolongs the skill for a next attack. Saint Germain, 1 for Dimensional Police, so they don't guard break you, because it gives basically anything resist. And it also gets a plus 10k shield with 10 or more. And 10 or more with the... Yeah. Alright. Savnek, it's basically to prevent your opponent from multi-attacking you as much as possible. 2 Vincent G-Guard, I just don't have them. I would run them. It's really good. It does Fires Collection G-Guard stuff.
And I do have a recommendation for G Guardians.
Yeah.
This is a G Guardian from 14. It basically, you put a card that's grade 1 or higher into the soul, you draw a card. It gets 10k shield.
You
It's-
could also...
It's a good plus.
So
Yeah.
you could cut 1 Vincent and run this. I might do that.
It's a very good G Guard.
It's a very good G-Guard, I would
Cheap.
say.
Pick it up if you can.
Yeah, I would say that. Alright.
Do you have anything else you would like to say?
Anime is supreme, and anybody who says otherwise is a pleb.
We all agree.
We all
Okay.
agree.
Good job.
Thanks, you guys, for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Alright, peace.